Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
New tonight, a warning over your personal information. Michigan Medicine putting out the alert that tens of thousands of patients may be impacted by a cyber attack. Michigan Medicine saying the private health information of some patients may have been exposed after 4 employees were targeted in an email scam.
The hospital system is now notifying 33,850 people whose name, addresses, birth dates, and health insurance information may be in the wrong hands. Consumer investigator Hank Winchester is live in Livonia with what people need to know about the breach and important information on how to recognize some of these phishing scams. Ham.
Yeah, Kimberly, because, to be honest, I fell for one. More information on that in a moment. But this is a gigantic breach for the University of Michigan, and why they think they have it under control. This is the important information you need to know right now. Michigan Medicine employees targeted in this high-tech hack. In this scam, the attacker drove employees to a web page designed to get them to enter their Michigan Medicine login information. 4 Michigan Medicine employees fell for it. Let's take a look at the hack. This is a massive phishing scam. It took place between August 12th and the 23rd of August. 34,000 patients are being notified that they could be impacted. And Michigan Medicine has set up an assistance line, 833-814-1736. A spokesperson says, patient privacy is extremely important to us. We take this matter very seriously. Michigan Medicine took steps immediately to investigate this matter and is implementing additional safeguards to reduce risk to our patients and help prevent reoccurrence. I myself fell for a corporate email hacking test. The email, like in this scenario, certainly looked legit.
I knew right away that I'd made a big mistake.
But it wasn't. Thankfully, mine was just a test, but an important reminder to us all to be aware while at work.
Technology is where all the data is housed. It's where all the keys to the kingdom are.
And remember, any email or text message you get from an unknown sender could be a potential danger. Be cautious.
You have to be very, very careful whenever you're clicking links. And that kind of goes with emails as well. Phishing emails are still very large.
Back out here live in Livonia. Again, U of M believes they think they have this one contained, but it's an important reminder for all of us to be cautious. These hackers know that thousands, millions of us will be online in the coming weeks, holiday shopping. Again, it is better to be safe than sorry. We're live here tonight in Livonia. Hank Winchester, help me, Hank, Local 4.
Always something to look out for. Hank, we appreciate it. And Hank wants to hear directly from you when there's a problem like this. That's why he visited Nana's Kitchen in Wyandotte. He was there to hear your concerns and learn about stories you want investigated. Today, he heard from a lot of people worried about paying for Thanksgiving dinner. Hank will be visiting different cities each week to connect with viewers, so stay tuned for next week's location. But in the meantime, if you want to connect with Hank, these are all the ways you can do so. And you can reach Hank and the Help Me Hank team.
Now we want to get to an update of some breaking news we're following. This just in from Roseville, where police have just released these images of a person of interest wanted in connection to a hit and run that actually led to the discovery of a woman's body today. Police say this man is between the ages of 17 and 20, wearing a gray Nike sweatshirt and black sweatpants. The woman's body, by the way, was found after the man rear-ended a car with his pickup at the intersection of Common and Hayes it was about 2 o'clock this afternoon. The woman's body was in the bed of the truck. Police have identified the victim as a 62-year-old woman from Roseville. The cause of death has not been determined as of now, but police are calling it suspicious. Anyone with information is asked to call the Roseville Police Department.
A beloved Christmas tradition is in jeopardy in Wayne County right now.
Yeah, for the past 15 years, the Penn Theater in downtown Plymouth has shown the classic movie It's a Wonderful Life. But this year, it's being told it cannot. And now this small theater is in a battle with a big movie company that apparently employs Mr. Potter. Rod Maloney is live in Plymouth with how they're fighting this tonight. Rod?
Well, take a look behind me here. The Penn Theater, they're showing the classic Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. That's the billboard right now, but later tonight, they're going to be changing this because they have a message for Paramount. We want It's a Wonderful Life.
Who are you?
I
told you, George, I'm your guardian angel.
Since 2007, they've hosted George Bailey, Mr. Gower, and Mr. Potter's emotional spin around Bedford Falls, to the point where Friends of the Penn's Ellen Elliott says,
"It's a Wonderful Life" is a staple for our community.
Resident Andy Zazula boldly sought out, found, and invited Virginia Patton of Ann Arbor, who played George's sister-in-law in the movie, to a Penn showing.
It was just a wonderful experience to have her come to such a classic movie theater like the Penn and experience that movie again with a bunch of people who admired her and admired the movie.
Vicki Plagan sponsors the film every year.
In this theater, they clap, which is pretty exciting. It's pretty fun. That alone can bring a tear to your eye.
So imagine the disappointment when Paramount told Elliott they couldn't show the film this year. A moratorium on theaters able to show it excluded the Penn. Yet Elliott discovered Paramount granting exceptions, so she's looking for help making a protest portrait tonight.
Using our physical building to show them who we are and that this is meaningful for us. So that's where the idea of the picture came, to have the people come and gather.
And to take that away from American families, such as in Plymouth, it's a travesty.
Paramount is the Potter of this scenario right now, right? It's like, don't be a Mr. Potter.
And they will tell you that Plymouth, for all intents and purposes, is Bedford Falls, and the movie belongs here. 8:30 tonight is the time where they're going to be taking their picture. They're inviting everybody to come out. They want as many people as they can get to actually do that picture. And so now they're saying, come on out. Back to you.
I love it. Yes, support for it should not be hard to get. And Rod, by the way, have we heard from Paramount at all on this?
We sent entreaties, emails out to their media relations department. So far, nobody's said anything.
Well, all right. Hopefully, coming up in the weeks ahead, we'll be yelling Merry Christmas, Movie House. Rod, we appreciate it.
A judge heard evidence today to determine if a former Grand Rapids police officer will stand trial for the death of Patrick Lyoya. Christopher Schur is charged with second-degree murder. Lyoya was on the ground when he was shot in the back of the head following a traffic stop and scuffle in April. A witness testified that Schur always had the upper hand in the struggle. Schur's lawyers insist he acted in self-defense. No word yet on when we might get a decision.
Many of our veterans who served in Iraq and Afghanistan return home with injuries that might not be apparent from the outside, but impact them on a daily basis.
And nearly 70% of military personnel experienced respiratory symptoms during their service. Dr. Frank McGeorge joins us with research helping veterans with these persistent symptoms.
Absolutely. You know, lung and respiratory issues are actually extremely common among service members that were deployed to the Middle East. And the problem goes beyond exposures to toxic burn pits. Exposures to diesel fuel, industrial pollution, and clouds of extremely fine dust all combine to create health issues unlike anything the pulmonary experts have ever seen.
I knew that there was something wrong. I had shortness of breath. I started coughing, and it was a very persistent dry cough.
When John Sepulveda, an Air Force veteran, was deployed to Afghanistan, he worried about things like being struck by a mortar, but he came home with an injury he never saw coming.
I take daily corticosteroids, inhalers, to help with my breathing. And then I also, when I feel short of breath, I have an albuterol inhaler that I take as well.
Dr. Richard Meehan is a researcher at National Jewish Health focused on deployment-related lung disease.
People that were normally with their unit that were very athletic, could run 6-minute mile or faster, couldn't pass their physical fitness test after they came back.
Researchers found that standard lung function tests are often normal in veterans, and lung biopsies to assess damage to the smaller, deeper parts of the lungs can be risky and painful. So they began using a test called Lung Clearance Index, which assesses damage to the tiniest airways while patients breathe normally into a mouthpiece.
This test is non-invasive. You get the results right there, and it said, hey, there's abnormal function in the lung, in his lungs, and it was right on par with what the diagnosis was from the VATS lung biopsy.
Now, these new advancements are actually being shared with VA centers and pulmonologists across the country to help veterans find the specialized respiratory care that they really need, because so often their symptoms might just be dismissed as an ordinary asthma or maybe a recurrent bronchitis.
So this test that they're using to detect these injuries, is this something new? This is a new test?
Well, it's actually not new. It's called, it's called the Lung Clearance Index, and it has been around for a while, primarily used to evaluate people who have cystic fibrosis. Now, its use in veterans, though, to detect changes in the smallest parts of the airway is really a novel application that hopefully can avoid more painful invasive tests like a lung biopsy. So this is really a big leap forward if it does work the way we expect.
Yeah, let's hope so.
So important.
Yeah,
Thanks, Doc.
Sure.
All eyes on the Big House this week, and there it is as Michigan hosts Michigan State come Saturday night. And of course, we're hoping for some nice weather, or at least not freezing weather as we gear up for a busy couple days in Metro Detroit.
Kim Adams is here with what to expect. Hi, Kim.
Hi, well, it is going to be really nice actually this weekend with temperatures in the low 60s. The good news as well is that the game doesn't start until 7:30, so you can enjoy much of the day. If you're going to do some tailgating or if you just want to watch it on TV, at least you can get some stuff done during the day. Let's talk about tomorrow, though. When you send the kids off to the bus stop, a few clouds, about 40 degrees, lots of sunshine in the afternoon with highs slightly warmer than where we were today. Right now you can see the skyline of downtown Detroit. How beautiful is that? What a gorgeous sunset we're going to have tonight, with the temperatures now dropping down into the upper 40s in Detroit, Port Huron, and also in Monroe, but hanging on to 50 in Howell. Coming up, we'll have a look at your weekend forecast, but also we'll start talking about the chance of rain for Halloween. That's in just a few minutes.